So we're going to start by, of course, sitting in our chair, so bringing the feet flat on the floor. So you might make sure that you're far enough forward on the chair just so you can really ground down with the feet. Get nice and tall in the spine here. So sink the sit bones down into the chair beneath you and grow that a little bit taller with your spine. Chin tucked just slightly in, perhaps just to lengthen the back of the neck. So feet about hip distance apart here. And just take a moment just to lift through the toes. So keep the heels on the floor, lift through the toes. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, just slowly drop the toes down. So you might start on the outside edges of the feet, the little toes coming down. Really have that sense of sort of spreading the toes down into the ground. Just so you can really take that moment to ground and to touch down into the ground beneath you and just make those contact points between your body and the floor nice and solid. And then with the hands, just either placing the hands, both palms just facing down onto the thighs, or you might place right hand on top of left in your lap, whatever feels nice and comfortable for you. And let's just close down the eyes here. And just before we get going, we're going to spend just a couple of moments here, just taking some really nice deep breaths and also just checking in with the body, just arriving here. So it's early on a Tuesday morning. Let's just take some time to sort of move consciously into our movement. Start the day with a little bit of mindfulness, a little bit of connecting to ourselves and our body. So we're going to take a couple of really deep cleansing breaths. And to do that, we're going to breathe in through the nose. And then as we exhale, we'll breathe out through the mouth. And as you breathe out, you can breathe out almost as if you're taking a nice deep sigh. So you can make noise if you want on your exhale, just to release. So closing down the eyes here, let's take that deep breath in through the nose. So breathing in through the nose, you might breathe as if you're breathing up through the feet, up through the sit bones, up through the spine, all the way to the top of the head. And then let's exhale through the mouth to release. Nice deep sigh on your exhale, maybe noticing perhaps the shoulders soften, the face soften, let the belly be relaxed. Again, let's take that next big deep in breath. So again, breathing in all the way up through the spine, breathing in through the nose, all the way to the top of the head, the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. And then let's exhale through the mouth and that deep sigh, softening the jaw, softening the muscles around the eyes, softening the forehead, the shoulders. Relaxing any tension perhaps in the belly. And then last one, making it the deepest breath that you've breathed so far today. So inhaling through the nose. And then once you get to the very top, we're going to hold the breath just for 1 second. So breathing all the way up, filling yourself really full with breath. And if you want to, at the very top, you might take a little sip in of breath. There's always a little bit more that we can breathe in. And then let's exhale through the mouth to release. Long and slow on that exhale. Again, just softening across the body, softening across the chest, the shoulders. Softening all the muscles of the face. And then just letting your breath return to normal here. Letting the breath be soft and relax, not needing to control the breath in any way, keeping the eyes closed. And just noticing where you might feel that breath the most. So it might be in the rise and fall of your belly. Or it might be in the rise and fall of your chest. Or maybe perhaps even in the shoulders, on the edge of the nostrils. Just noticing where you can recognize that breath the most. And just bringing your attention now down into the contact points of your body and the ground or the chair. So noticing both soles of the feet planted firmly on the ground. Noticing the hands rested either on the thighs or in the lap. And the sit bones on the chair. Taking an inhale here and just growing a little bit taller, perhaps in the spine. And as you exhale, just drawing the shoulders slightly away from the ears, tucking the chin in a little bit towards the chest, just to get that length in the spine. And just checking in here mentally with the body. How is the body feeling today? And maybe even just noticing perhaps how you might be feeling mentally and emotionally as well. Perhaps there's lots going on, or perhaps you're feeling quite calm and rested today. You might be feeling sleepy, or maybe perhaps more energized. And just without any judgment at all for however you are, just noticing and just welcoming yourself in as you are. Taking an in-breath here. And then as you exhale, let's just drop that right ear over towards the right shoulder. You can keep the eyes closed here. Drawing that stretch down now across the left side of the neck, left side of the shoulder. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, you might send that left hand out beside the left side of the body, just as if you're pressing that left hand down towards the ground, just to draw a little bit further into that left shoulder. So that bringing that stretch a little bit deeper. Inhale. And exhaling here. Next, inhale, bring the head back up to center. Bringing that left hand back onto the lap or the thigh. And then as we exhale, let's drop the left ear over towards the left shoulder here. Again, bringing that stretch into the side of the neck, right side of the neck this time. Inhaling here and exhaling. And then on your next inhale, you might bring that right hand beside the body and press down through that right palm, as if you're sort of pushing something down towards the ground here, just getting straight into that right arm, bringing that stretch deeper now into that right shoulder and the right side of the neck. Inhaling here and exhaling. And then inhaling, coming back up to the center of the head, bringing that hand back onto the lap or the knees and the thighs. And let's tuck the chin in towards the chest. So breathing in here, tuck the chin in towards the chest, just opening up the back of the neck. Option here to interlace the fingers and plant the palms on the back of the head, thumbs pointing down towards the neck. So just opening up through the back of the neck here. Might let the elbows be quite heavy. You might curl through the upper back slightly. Tucking the chin in towards the chest, creating some space in the vertebrae of the neck. And then let's inhale and open through the chest. So open the elbows back towards the back of the room. Open the chest towards me, gaze up towards the sky. And exhale. Let's round the upper back. Bring the elbows in towards one another. They most likely won't touch, but the chin in towards the chest. And again, inhale, let's open up. Lift through the elbows, arch through the spine, gaze up towards the sky. And exhale, let's round through the back again. Elbows in towards the chest. One last time, inhaling, opening up. Elbows coming back, shoulders drawing back, gazing up towards the ceiling. And exhale, rounding through the upper spine, belly button draws back in. Elbows coming towards one another, chin into the chest. And then inhaling, coming back up to center. Release the arms. You might have a little bit of a shake out with the arms here. Bringing the palms back onto the thighs or the lap. And just tucking the chin in towards the chest again, we'll just move through some head rolls, some neck rolls here. So go nice and gentle on yourself if you need to. Just letting the ear fall over towards the right shoulder. And then as you next breathe in, gazing up towards the sky. And then exhaling over towards the left. And chin coming back in towards the chest. So just taking about 3 circles in this direction. There might be perhaps some parts that feel a little bit sticky or a little bit cracky. So just move as gently as you need to. And once you've done 3 in that direction, let's go in the other direction. So coming over towards the right. And over towards the left. So drawing big circles with the tip of your nose. And then coming all the way back to center here. Pressing the hands now into the tops of the thighs. Bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And then exhale, let's draw them back down the body. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Let's bring that into a shoulder roll. So as we inhale, let's draw the shoulders towards me and then up towards the ears. And then exhale, squeeze them back down the body. One more time in that direction. Inhale, bringing them forwards. Really squeeze them up towards the ears and then drawing them back and down. And then let's take that in the reverse. So inhale, let's squeeze the shoulder blades together, really squeeze up towards the ears. And then exhale, drawing them down and forward. 2 more just like that. Inhale to come back, up towards the ears, and then dropping them forward and down. Last one, inhaling to squeeze. Up towards the ears, and then exhale, rolling them forwards here. And we'll take our next shoulder opener here. It's called eagle arms, so it's quite an intense one. I'll give you some options, but really good for the upper back and the shoulders. So let's bring the left hand in front of the face and bending at the elbow here. I'm going to bring the right hand underneath until the elbows are almost on top of each other. So from here, we'll bring the hands as if they're going to face one another in front of the face. So it might be here, or if this feels a little bit too intense, you might just grab a hold of the tops of the shoulders with the hands. If you're in eagle arms here, you're bringing the hands as if they're going to touch. They might not, but they're moving towards one another. Or you might just be here. But wherever you are, we'll take an inhale. We'll bring the elbows up towards the sky and the hands up towards the sky if you're in eagle arms. And then as you exhale, let's draw the elbows in towards the belly button here. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale to come back up. If the hands on the tops of the shoulders, you're just moving the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, bringing the elbows back in towards the chest. Really opening for that upper back and shoulders. Last one here. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, elbows in towards the belly. Release all of that. Unwrap the arms if they've been wrapped. And again, just give it a bit of a shake out. And let's come on to the other side now. So right arm bending in front of the face here. Then left arm is coming underneath that right arm. And then the hands are turning to face one another here. So this side might be completely different, mine is, and that's okay. So they might touch, they might not, or again, you might just have the hands rested on the tops of the shoulders. Let's inhale to bring the elbows up towards the ceiling. Exhale to round the upper back, elbows in towards the belly. 2 more, inhaling to reach up. Exhale to squeeze and round. Last one, inhale, reaching up. And exhale to bring the elbows in. And then unravel the arms here. Again, maybe give yourself a shake out. It's a really good one if we're sat at desks all day, just to open up the upper back and the shoulders. And let's interlace the fingers here. Sweep the hands in front of the body, bringing them overhead. So give yourself a nice long stretch, reaching up towards the ceiling. Get planted into the ground with the feet. And then let's exhale just to tilt over towards the left here, going nice and long in the arms. So you might just tilt over as far as feels comfortable. If you need to, you can bring that left hand down just to stabilize yourself. Exhale here, and then inhaling, coming back up to center again. Exhale, let's come over towards the right. So sending a stretch down the side of the body now. Inhale, let's come back up to center. Exhale, as we release the hands, just bringing the right hand onto the back of the chair. So you might be able to grab the top of the back of the chair, or you might just grab the side. I'm going to bring the left hand onto the right knee. And we're going to gaze over our right shoulder here. So coming into a little bit of a twist, spinal twist. So getting nice and long on your inhales with the spine. And then as you exhale, just peel yourself back to gaze over that right shoulder. Take an inhale, come back to center and onto the other side. So right hand onto left knee, this left hand behind on the back of the chair. Get nice and long on your in-breath with the spine. And then let's exhale, gaze over that left shoulder this time. Just bringing out the muscles of the spine and the back of the body. And then let's inhale to come forward here. Let's just take a moment to fold forward. So plant the feet here onto the ground. Keep that nice deep bend in the knees, and let's just gently roll ourselves forward here. So the chest is coming to rest on the knees. Just place the fingertips onto the ground. Let the head be nice and heavy here. Just reversing the flow of blood here into the brain. Let's inhale to come up onto the fingertips. An option here to perhaps bring the hands behind the back of the body. You might interlace the fingers here. So squeezing out the shoulders again, drawing the hands away from the back of the body. And then let's exhale if you want to fold forward again. So really squeezing out the shoulders now. You might hear some clicks on the upper back. That's good. Bringing the hands overhead. And pulling the hands away from the body to come all the way back up. Again, just giving the shoulders a squeeze together here. Draw the shoulders down, pull the hands away from the body. And then let's release the hands. Let's take the left ankle and just placing it on top of the right knee here. So you want to make sure that you're far enough forward on your chair just to make sure that that right foot is really grounded. So the whole of the right foot is down onto the floor. Flexing those left toes towards the left knee. Just coming into a little bit of a hip opener here. So you might gently just press that left thigh away from the body here, just to open into that left hip. Keeping those left toes flexed, just to protect the knee here. So in that figure 4 shape with the legs. And you might choose to stay here, or you might gently fold over that whole structure in front of you, if that feels good to do so. Just getting a little bit deep into the hips, you'll definitely feel it. And then if you folded forward, let's come all the way back up. Let's switch over sides. So release that left foot back down onto the ground. Let's bring that right ankle on top of that left knee. Those are my knees, you can hear clicking. Flexing those right toes towards that right knee. Just pressing that thigh away from the body as much as feels comfortable, so don't push yourself too far. Your knee might be a little bit higher, that's okay. That might be enough there. But if you feel that you'd like to go a little bit deeper and you have that space to do so, you can just gently ease yourself forward over that front leg. So really opening here for that right hip. Again, you'll probably definitely feel it, I know I can. Breathing here. And then let's inhale, come all the way back up. Release that right foot back down onto the ground. And we're going to come into our fold again from here. But this time we're going to come all the way up. So taking an in-breath here, plant the feet down onto the ground. Let's take an exhale to fold over the legs, fingertips down onto the ground. Let the head be nice and heavy. And then on your next inhale, lifting the hips off the ground. So keeping the knees bent, lifting the hips off the chair, coming into standing forward fold here. You might sway from side to side. You might grab a hold of opposite elbows. Let the spine be nice and heavy. Let the head be nice and relaxed. Keep as much of the bend in the knees as you need to here. You might shake the head out no, or nod the head yes, wiggle a bit of a maybe. You might bend into one knee and straighten the other leg. And then you might switch over sides. So just getting into the backs of the hamstrings here. And then just letting the hands just rest. Just let the hands rest forward. You might let the tops of the hands just rest onto the ground here. And we're going to roll ourselves up really slowly. So bend through the knees. Let's roll ourselves up vertebrae by vertebrae. So coming all the way up here. And letting the head and the neck be the last things to roll up. And once you're there, just roll the shoulders up towards the ears and back down the back of the body. You just rolled yourself up into a brand new body. So from here, we're going to come to behind our chair. I'm going to move the chair, but you don't have to, just so that you can see me. So coming behind the chair, hopefully there's a top to your chair. Just placing the hands on the top of the chair, stepping away from the chair. We're going to move into a little bit of an upper back stretch here. So bending through the knees, folding forward here between the arms, keeping the hands rested on the upper part of the chair here, the top of the chair. Just folding forward, just opening up through that upper back. Inhaling here and exhaling. You'll feel this most likely in the shoulders and the upper part of the back. One more breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming all the way up here, stepping a little bit closer towards the chair. So taking one step closer towards the chair. Again, just keeping the hands rested on the top of the chair. Let's send the right leg back and send that right heel towards the floor, bending through that left knee now. So just getting into the calf. If you can't feel it there, you might send that right leg a little bit further back, getting into that right calf muscle here. And then let's switch over sides, right foot coming in to meet the left, and then just stepping that left leg back now. Just bending into that right knee now, drawing that heel down into the ground on that left leg. Hopefully you can feel that stretch running down through the calf. And then inhaling, bringing that left foot to meet the right here. And then just turning to face me. Whichever hand is rested on the top of the chair. It doesn't matter as long as you can see me. And whichever side you're stood on, just bringing that right knee, for me, in towards the chest here. We're going to take rotations with that leg. So the outside leg, the opposite leg that's close to the chair. Just opening out the knee here, drawing little circles with that knee. Getting into the hips, maybe some clicks and some cracks and grinding noises. It's all okay, it's good. Just giving it some movement, opening up that hip. And then let's come on to the other side. I'm just going to move my chair. You don't have to. Bringing that other leg into the knee now, just creating those little circles again with the knee. Two more circles. Ooh, big click. All those clicks are good and normal, don't panic about them. And then coming back to the ground here. Now turning to face your chair so that the soft part of the chair is in front of you. Bringing the hands onto the hips here. We're going to come into a lunge, but using the chair. So we're going to bring the right foot onto the chair here. And just sink a little bit deeper into the hips here. So drop the hips down into the ground. So opening up through this left hip flexor. Keeping that right knee over that right ankle. So you don't want to go too far. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring that left leg a bit further back. Inhale. To draw the leg straight here, flex through that right foot, and then let's just tilt gently at the hips. So now we're coming into a hamstring stretch in the back of that right leg. Inhale to come all the way back up, and let's switch over sides. So the right leg coming down. This time the left foot rested on the chair. If you need to, you can hold on to the back of the chair as well. And just sinking down into the hips here. That left knee bent over, that left ankle. Deep hip stretch. And that other side. And another area that can get really tight if we're sat in chairs or in desks all day. And then let's inhale, draw the hips back. Flex through those left toes. Left toes coming towards the face. Just folding gently over that front leg. Hamstring stretch. Breathing here. And then coming all the way up, releasing that left foot off the chair. And let's come now again to sit back onto our chairs to get nice and comfortable. So planting the feet down on the ground again. Let's take one of those big, deep breaths here that we took at the start. So let's breathe in through the nose. And as you do, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. And exhale, draw them back down the body. Breathing out through the mouth. Again, two more of those big deep breaths here. So again, inhaling through the nose, all the way up to the top of the head, and then exhaling through the mouth to release. Last big deep breath like that. Inhaling through the nose, and exhaling to release. Just softening through the shoulders, softening through the face. Letting the belly be nice and soft with your natural breath now. Keeping the eyes closed here. And maybe even just setting yourself a little bit of an intention for the rest of your day here. So you started your day with some movement and some stretches in the body. What a great way to start the day. You might set yourself maybe perhaps a little intention for the rest of your day as you move into it. You might perhaps set that intention for yourself to move through your day with ease, with patience, with a sense of calm, perhaps. You might move through the rest of your day with that intention of kindness towards perhaps yourself or your colleagues, your friends and family. And whatever that is to you that you'd like to focus on today, just saying that intention maybe for yourself now. And slowly coming to blink open the eyes here. Maybe just lifting into the corners of the mouth here, maybe lifting into a little bit of a smile. You might give yourself a nice long stretch here. You might stretch up through the hands. And you might release the hands back down the side of the body. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me this morning. I hope that you've enjoyed that.